wieder rein, wo wir gestern aufgehört haben. Kleine Info am Rande. Ich habe noch ein paar Sachen gemacht, ähm,
As
was ich unter anderem ja noch überprüft hatte gestern. Und zwar hier. Ich habe noch ein paar sammeln können, Dendro-Siegel, an einigen Stellen, wo ich jetzt vorher schon war. Hab die kurz eingesammelt, hab dann noch mal eben schnell den Baum erweitert, konnte dann noch zweimal wünschen, dann konnte ich heute früh noch einmal wünschen und irgendwie zwischendurch, glaube ich, noch einmal, ja, weil das eine in Forster war. Konnte ich auch noch mal wünschen. Und der heutige Wunsch,
Osmanthus
oder vielleicht auch
wine.
der zweite heutige Wunsch, ich weiß es nicht mehr, wie es genau zustande kam. Kurz nachdem es passiert ist, habe ich es einfach schon wieder vergessen. Ist ja auch egal. Ich habe etwas bekommen. Leider nicht das, was ich erwartet habe. Um genau zu sein, ich habe eigentlich genauso was erwartet. Ich habe auf den Speer gehofft, aber ich habe erwartet, dass es keine Eventwaffe wird. Ich bin damit jetzt nicht völlig unzufrieden. Ich werde das Ding auch noch auf Maximum aufleveln, aber an der Stelle erstmal... Hm,
Is this
apropos, das können wir eigentlich gleich mal machen.
same as I
Wir schauen uns natürlich auch gleich bei der Akademie um. Oh ja, das Cupcake. Habe ich schon fast vergessen. Dann habe ich das auch weg. Ja, mit dem Schwert können wir vielleicht noch was Cooles anfangen.
Let the wind lead.
Ich war am Überlegen, das Kasura zu geben, aber bin mir da nicht so sicher. Vielleicht lieber nicht. Die Frage ist nur, wen sonst. Und dann müssen wir einfach nochmal nachgucken. Gut. Die Hörner habe ich nochmal gefarmt gestern, die waren sowieso drin. Aber wie viele brauche ich denn jetzt überhaupt? Oder wenn Mona jetzt nochmal so gönnen könnte wie gestern. Leider nicht, aber es wäre auch zu viel verlangt. Wir schauen erstmal, wie viel wir brauchen, bevor ich zu viel umwandle. Aber es müssten 6 sein, ne? Exacto Mundo. Und von denen auch noch ein paar erstellen. Alles klar. Ich weiß gar nicht, ob wir 6 überhaupt hinkriegen. Wahrscheinlich nicht. Dann wird das wieder ein Endprojekt, so am Ende der Woche. Sehr schick. Mona. Boah, das war aber gerade, Alter. Und ja, nochmal gegönnt, Mona. So läuft das. Eieieiei. Ja, Mona. Und nochmal. Alter Finne. Okay. 50-50 Chance, dass Mona genug spendet, dass ich quasi noch einen vierten zustande kriege. Das wird mir aber nichts bringen. Und hier ist eine 50-50 Chance bei beiden, dass ich das Ding dann auf 6 direkt erhöhe. Aber es ist zu unwahrscheinlich. Ich könnte mir vorstellen, dass die einen verdoppeln, ja. Aber nicht alle 3. Deswegen bleiben wir erstmal bei Mona. Die gar nicht gönnt. So. Ja, alles klar. Controller war voll. Entschuldigung. Ja, dann müssen wir die Waffe erstmal so lassen, aber grundsätzlich nett. Müssen wir mal gucken, wann ich das umsetzen kann. Gestern, dann Samstag, theoretisch. Oder halt Sonntag. Vielleicht auch später, wer weiß das schon. Wenn ich die Waffe gerade sowieso nicht brauche, warum sollte ich die weiter erwähnen? Gute Frage, warum habe ich sie dann überhaupt auf 80 gesetzt? Ach ja, in der Akademie, das ist ja... Ah, Entschuldigung. Jetzt bin ich doof. Das ist ja hier oben. Apropos, ich hatte gestern mit dem Kompass noch eine Kiste, wo ich oben auf dem Baum war. Da hatte ich die nicht eingesammelt. Das muss ich noch machen. Also nicht mal im Nachhinein offscreen habe ich auch nicht gemacht. Ganz wichtig. Hallo. Mhm.
Wait, you two! Just a moment, please. You're the traveler in Paimon, right? I thought you two looked familiar. It's a pleasure to meet you. Do you have a moment? There's something I'd like to discuss with you. My name is Nabil. I'm a matra in the academia. You're friends with Sino, right? I've heard him mention you before. Currently, Sino is out investigating a case involving smuggled canned knowledge. It's been days since we've last heard from him.
Aber es läuft noch. Ja.
Oh no. Do you think he's in trouble?
Well, to be completely honest, it's pretty hard to imagine anything that could pose a threat to Sino. But since we haven't heard from him, we're starting to suspect that the case might be more complicated than we had originally thought. Word has it that you two are brave, smart, and extremely capable adventurers. Do you think you could lend us a hand and help investigate the smuggling?
Alright, since you asked so nicely, we'll help.
Large amounts of canned knowledge from unknown origins have been appearing on the market recently. Sino suspected that there's a secret route being used to move the capsules.
Tja, ich weiß ja nicht, wie der Auftrag bisher Kolai für sich beansprucht, weil ich finde das ziemlich dumm.
According to some research, using large amounts of canned knowledge could lead to some serious consequences. And, unfortunately, most people have yet to realize that. Rumors also have it that some particularly dangerous canned knowledge has made its way into the market. Regardless of whether the rumors are true or not, this case calls for urgent action.
An dem Punkt könnte man doch meinen, bisher ist niemand beansprucht, außer dem Wissenstypen da. Und
Last
der,
we heard from Sino,
ganz ehrlich,
he was
der hat in der Story
investigating
auch nicht
somewhere
gefehlt.
outside
Also von
Sumeru
daher.
City. It seems that he had found some leads at the time, but we haven't heard from him since.
Sounds like we better go look for him.
Also das ist ja nur wirklich... Also... Ach so, plötzlich doch da. Ja, Entschuldigung, na dann. Aber selbst wenn, schon wieder Kolai oder was? Den willst du eigentlich verarschen? Ich würde, sobald ich kann, erstmal wieder die Story weitermachen, also zu Ende bringen, und dann können wir uns immer noch diesen Aufträgen widmen. Dann schauen wir uns doch mal die Show gleich an, nachdem wir mit den Leuten hier gesprochen haben.
Hey there, I saw you two helping Nilu move some stuff. Are you two also here for the celebration event?
You got it!
My name is Raykar. Nadia and I are this theater's prop engineers. I also help out with some other tasks like housekeeping. The little ones causing a ruckus are my children, Soreen and Abi. I hope they aren't bothering you. They always get really excited every time we hold a celebration event.
Sie sind sehr aufgeweckt.
Yes, they are. Everyone here takes great care of them. There's good work here, the pay's always on time, and Nilu and the others will often volunteer to play with the kids. I'm quite content with this current way of life.
Do you mean your life wasn't nearly as good before?
It's all right. It's all water under the bridge now. My husband and I were both adventurers, but he passed away from an accident. Material struggles can always be overcome, but ever since then, I haven't been able to spend much of my energy on anything else. But I still consider myself lucky. Mr. Zubair has helped me a lot, and the atmosphere here is tolerant and kind.
Sorry for bringing up such sad memories.
Oh, it's all right. I don't mind. Once the event starts, you'll be able to see for yourself the kind of atmosphere I was talking about.
Na dann.
Hello.
What? Who are you? You can't just go on the stage as you please. Ah, I see. Sorry for my overreaction. I'm just, making a prop. No time for chit-chat.
Is that embroidery?
No. Well, yes, but not really. It's a prop. It's just, some fabric. An ordinary piece of fabric that'll be used in a show. Sorry. I really do need to focus and start working on it.
Dann werden wir dich nicht stören.
What an oddball. Is prop making something to be that jumpy about?
Die ist verwirrt im
Oh
Kopf.
well, it's not.
Vielleicht sogar noch der Antagonist der ganzen Serie hier.
Hey there!
Ah, a newcomer. Doesn't look too bright.
Hey!
You, on the other hand, you're a special one. How would you describe the concept of art?
Wieso fragst du das plötzlich?
Mere curiosity is all. It makes no difference whether you answer or not.
Verkörperung von Ideen ist etwa Ausdruck der schönen Gefühle des Herzens.
So that's what you think, hmm? Unremarkable. Better than an average person's thoughts, but nothing exceptional. Is art a product that we create and bring forth? Or, I, for one, believe it to be the latter.
Paimon doesn't follow.
I've been staying here for a long time. On occasion, I'd assist them in penning lines. I prefer to abstain from writing, as it spoils the viewing experience. The existence of the theater, of Nilu, and of humanity itself. All of these can be considered as forms of art.
How does that have anything to do with us?
Let me ask you this. What do you think is the meaning of art?
Deine Fragen zu beantworten?
I suppose that question was a little too difficult for you. To chance upon a spark of inspiration. I have been closely
Ja, hätte man mir
observing
nicht so
you,
eine
the
Antwort geben
players on
können.
the stage,
Ich habe nur sowas wie
and
für
those
dumm.
watching in the audience. Art is already all around us.
Oder für nicht Interessierte, sagen wir es so.
Look, Milu's back! Let's meet up with her. The event's probably about to start.
Hi Nilu.
Sorry for the wait. Preparations for the celebration are finally done. I'll call everyone over, and then we can start.
Let us give you a hand.
Thank you.
Maybe we really should have prepared a gift. Then we could also be a part of the exchange. As it is, all we can do is wait and watch.
Maybe we shouldn't do this after all. I didn't do that great of a job, and who would even like it?
Oh, don't think like that. Remember our promise? We're going to give everyone a pleasant surprise. And besides, you've never attended a celebration event before, so this will be a great opportunity.
I'm still not really sure about that.
There's nothing to be worried about. Just take a step forward and give yourself a chance. There aren't any scary people here, right?
Right.
Huh. All right. Maybe this will help. Everyone, over here! Inaya has something great to tell you all.
Wait! I've already said that I'm not ready yet. What should I say?
Take it easy and relax. Deep breath, in and out. Once you've taken a long exhale, calmly tell everyone what you want to say. If you don't say anything, then all the hard work we put into embroidery practice would have gone to waste.
Using it as a gift, though? It really isn't that good.
So when Inaya was talking about making a prop, she was actually preparing a present.
Sie ist sehr scheu hier. Ja, und nervös.
Yeah, it feels like she still doesn't really see herself as part of this community. But it looks like Nilu's trying to ease her through.
Actually, Inaya had prepared a special present for everyone before the celebration kicked off.
Woohoo! We're gonna get our first present from Miss Inaya!
Pipe down! The louder you all are, the more nervous she'll become. You've worked on it for so long, so have some confidence. Don't be afraid.
You've got this.
Is Mr. Zubair here? Sheikh Zubair, this is an urgent notice from the Academia. This celebration, or whatever it is, must stop at once.
What a condescending guy.
Since Zubair Theater has long violated the Academia's policies and orders, we have decided to demolish it. As its manager, you must halt all operations and dismiss all staff members within 30 days, after which you will report to the Academia for...
Why? Why force us to do this all of a sudden?
Little girl, this is not the first time you've been issued a warning.
I didn't hear anything about demolition the last time I asked, and now I suddenly only have 30 days? We have more shows planned, but it's impossible to do anything in just 30 days. How am I supposed to explain this to my customers and staff?
That issue is of no concern to me, Mr. Zubair. You seem to understand the situation quite clearly. Perhaps you can reflect on the reasons why you have failed to prepare for the scenario in advance.
Demolition? Why do they want to demolish this place?
The Academia has never liked us, and they've never respected our work. To them, what we do is all a waste of time. This isn't the first time they've come by. They had asked us several times in the past to improve the quality of our performances, but our audience isn't the Academia. It's the people of the Grand Bazaar. If our shows are too difficult to understand, or too removed from everyday life, nobody would watch them anymore. Changing our content would not only mean turning our backs on our vision, it would also directly lead to the loss of our livelihoods.
Dann haben viele Leute keine Bleibe mehr.
Yeah, the theater is very important to each and every one of us.
The way they're doing things is so scummy.
But I also don't know how we can stop them.
I do not wish to explain everything again from the beginning. Time is of the essence, so you should act with haste instead of asking frivolous questions.
But none of us plan to accept this. Such an abrupt notice is contrary to established policy.
Ask whoever you will, the answer will remain the same. We have already given you sufficient notice.
Enough! Does your audacity know no limits, Father?
Huh? Father? Their family?
What academia? This is all because you don't like Zubair Theater. You're just using the Academia's name to threaten us. Let me tell you, even if you manage to tear down this place, nothing is going to change. You've always been awful. But even I never thought my father would sink this low.
This is strictly business. It has nothing to do with where you are, what you do, or what you think. I hope you all have not been irrevocably blinded by folly. I will not waste more time on pointless arguments. Wrap everything up, and make preparations to shut down at once.
Why is he always like that?
This is quite the misfortune, but there's nothing we can do. That's it for today, everyone. Let's clean up. I'll go talk to them again tomorrow. The storms that come out of the blue are always the hardest to deal with.
In der Tat. Kann ich schon weitermachen? Nein. Vor allem, Nilo war doch bis eben nicht mal da und, was, Hushang und Subai? Warum? Die waren doch auch eben nicht da.
Sorry. I invited you thinking this was going to be a happy occasion. I didn't know that things would turn out like this.
There's no need to apologize, Nilu. No one could have seen this coming. Paimon just wishes she could have at least gotten to the food. Is what that guy said true? The Academia has already given you many warnings?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. They've always seen us as being meaningless. Knowledge is king in Sumeru, and their pursuit of it leaves no room for the arts. But if that's all it is, there's also no reason to go so far as to demolish the theater. After Inaya ran away from home, I brought her here to Zubair Theater. She rarely talks about her family. All I know is that she didn't get along with them. I never expected it to blow up like this.
If you did nothing wrong, then there's no reason to listen to the Academia, right?
Nahida? You mean Lesser Lord Kusanali?
She'd probably help if she knew what was going on. No matter how nasty the Academia could get, surely they can't win against Lesser Lord Kusanali.
No. I wasn't doubting her ability. I just feel like we shouldn't bother her with such a trivial problem. Plus, if the Dendra Archon were to intervene, then it wouldn't feel like our victory was earned.
That's true. Who cares? Let's just take him in a fight.
Aber das beseitigt nicht die Wurzel des Übels, ja.
That's true.
I'll try to think of something. We can't just let everyone suffer in a perpetual state of fear and uncertainty. What to do?
Can you pretend to shut down, but secretly continue to hold your shows somewhere else? Or we could go through a list of customers and try to see if anyone in there might be willing to help out. That also doesn't sound like it'll work.
A debate? Huh. Well, scholars do love to use them to solve their problems, but how would that work in this case?
Wenn wir beweisen könnten, dass die Existenz des Theaters einen Mehrwert bringt.
Oh, if we can prove to Inaya's father that the Academia's position doesn't hold water, then they won't have a reason to demolish the theater.
I see. Defeating him in a debate. It's a good idea, but which one of us could hope to win against a researcher? Huh? Me? No. I'm the literal worst at arguments. I can't debate.
Debattieren ist nicht gleich streiten. Das ist richtig.
Nilu, you are only so stressed out right now because you care so much about protecting the theater.
This theater holds a special meaning in all of our hearts. But I just don't know. Can I really take on such a huge responsibility?
Ich helfe.
Paimon will help too. You'll feel a lot more confident after
Thanks, you two. Alright, I've decided. Even though I may fail, I'll do my very best for everyone's sake.
That's our Nilu. We're rooting for you.
Okay, let's head back and tell everyone what we came up with.
Das war klar.
Trying to best the Academia in a debate is attempting the impossible. If you really want to try, I won't stop you. It's not like our situation can get any worse.
Richtig.
I don't think it's entirely hopeless. To Sharif, Nilu's approach will come off as naive, but that kind of frankness is exactly what they lack the most. Things might turn out differently from what you expect.
I am in favor of such a romantic feat. No playwright will turn down a compelling underdog story.
Sure, in fiction, but I'm not sure how well that will translate to reality.
Wieso hast du einen Blumentopf auf deinem Kopf?
I'm not saying that I don't support you, Nilou. Anything is better than just standing aside and watching the theater get demolished.
Interessanter Hut, aber...
I'm also pitching in. Let's show the academia that we have some fight in us. Thank you, everyone. I feel a lot less nervous with your support.
Not to rain on your parade, but my father is a real hard guy to deal with. He's erudite, meticulous, demanding, and exceedingly familiar with rigorous logic. You all already knew that. But you just didn't want to hurt Nilou's feelings. When all's said and done, aren't you hurting her just the same?
That's enough, Inaya!
Sorry, I ruined the mood. I just can't force myself to expect a positive outcome. Nilou shouldn't have to push herself for the sake of an impossible goal.
Yeah, it's way too early to give up.
You're right, Inaya. We're up against the academia. Everyone knows that they're very powerful. Thanks, but I still want to try. I'm reluctant to just let Zubair Theater go. And it's not just me. I think everyone else here feels the same way. If we're unhappy, we should speak up and let our voices be heard. Say what's on your mind, and do what you think should be done. If we fail after that, then at least we won't have any regrets. I mean, after all, the only thing we can control right now is our choice at this very moment.
I understand what you're trying to say. I also have my own intense feelings of anger and regret.
Then, could I trouble you to tell your father about our plan for a debate? You can still get in touch with your family, right?
Yes, I can.
Then, please help us pass on my request. I've never participated in a debate, and truth be told, I'm still not really confident in myself. But since we've decided on a debate, I'll do my best to prepare for it. I'll gather everyone's thoughts and let them be known to all during the debate. I, by myself, definitely don't have enough wisdom to beat your father. But what about the entire theater combined? Then we should have a chance, right?
Right.
That's right, Miss Nilou!
Beat the bad guy. Justice will prevail.
Make him eat dirt! You two. We aren't getting into a fight, but thank you for your encouraging words. I'll do my best.
Well said back there, Nilou.
I felt that I might have said a bit too much. Anyway, we better start preparing now. First, let's see what everyone thinks about the situation.
Inaya was right. It's true that I couldn't bear to bring down Nilou. It wasn't out of pity or anything, though. I just felt like I didn't have the right to say anything. After all, Nilou was the one who bravely stepped up and proposed to fight back. I didn't have that kind of courage or initiative. I'd be a terrible person if I spoke badly of Nilou without doing anything to help. She knows better than any of us how difficult this path will be.
Okay.
Mr. Zubair, we're trying to put together a list of arguments that might be useful. Any ideas?
It won't be difficult to explain our position. They're in the wrong, and they know it. I have meticulously managed this theater's affairs for years, and I have abided by every procedure and obtained every permit. I did all of that to protect ourselves if something like this were to occur. I didn't expect them to disregard the rules altogether. Yes, I know. But anyone who's staying at the theater is one of us. If I can't even protect the members of the theater from outside pressure, then I have failed in my duty as a manager. In summary, you need sufficient confidence and strict adherence to the rules. At least for now, they don't have the authority to demolish the theater. As long as you double down on that point and force them to concede it, you'll gain an advantage.
All right, got it.
I've seen many situations like this before. The academia sure likes to get its nose into everyone's business. While you prepare for the debate, I will also prepare the theater for the potential aftermath. Once you're done chatting, do me a favor and tell our customers that we're canceling all of our shows.
Do we really have to?
Right now, no one's in the right frame of mind to perform. I have to consider... Nilou, you are... With your talent and youth, you had the least to lose out of all of us. And yet you were still the first to take a stand.
I've never thought about leaving your theater, Mr. Zubair. I truly love this place, and I want to keep dancing here. I also want to keep dancing with everyone else.
You're becoming more and more like her. Do your best. We'll do all that we can, and leave the rest to fate.
Her?
My teacher. She was an excellent dancer, but she's retired now. If we have time later, I'd be happy to tell you more about her.
I didn't expect you all to challenge the academia. That reminded me of my younger years. Back then, I feared nothing and no one, and I was always charging into the most dangerous of places. I can't do things like that anymore, but those were some of the best times of my life.
Sorry. If the theater really ends up getting demolished, then you, Soren, and Abi will all...
It's all right. There's no need to think such heavy thoughts. Even if the building gets demolished, its people will still all be here. Have faith in the resilience of an adventurer. We can always figure something out.
But won't you have regrets if things just come to an abrupt end? It'd be like when you were forced to stop adventuring.
Ah, so that's what you were worrying about. Relax. I've had a lot of experience with regret. Things are painful at first, but as they say, time heals all wounds. Look at us now. Soren and Abi are happy. And Soren has also just passed his theater exam. He can start acting soon. He was thrilled because he can soon perform on the same stage as you. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for our past struggles. And would Soren have become a happier person? That's hard to say.
Are you trying to make us feel better?
Yes, but I truly do mean what I say. Being here at the theater has taught me an important lesson. The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it. I can choose to believe that my life ended with my husband's death. Or I can choose to believe that it was a blessing in disguise for Soren and Abi. Similarly, even if this theater disappears, a new beginning might just be around the corner. Good and bad are all human-made concepts. It all depends on how we choose to see things.
You have a point.
Nilou, I know how important Zubair Theater is to you. But you don't have to be so nervous. We're all here with you. The theater won't go down so easily.
Thank you, Miss Raykar.
No need to thank me. If anything, you inspired me with your bravery. You might have what it takes to become an excellent adventurer.
Das ist sie schon.
You're too kind. All right, I gotta cheer up. I can't waste everyone's words of encouragement. I feel a lot better.
Good. My children and I will be cheering you on at the debate.
This just came out of...
Beats me. Everyone else...
Ja, das ist jetzt unwichtig.
When the day comes, I'll get... If anything goes wrong, I can't do that?
Ach so. Du bist unser Letzter.
Paimon doesn't really want to talk to him.
So, you've already developed some prejudices against me. And to think, I was just about to put forward a suggestion.
Oh, Paimon will listen to that.
Although, I know not if you have a new answer to my previous question. Now seems like an appropriate time to revisit it. What do you think is the meaning of art?
Oh, this again?
We probably do need to tackle this question if we want to prove the value of the arts. I don't know how to explain it, but all I know is that when my performance makes the audience happy, I also become very happy. Does that count as a meaning?
You answered him so seriously. Careful, Nilu, this guy's ramblings never make any sense.
No. Nilu's answer far surpasses yours, and it is close to my own. The meaning of art comes not from its creators, but from its audience. In other words, only art that can be appreciated by others will impart its essence and value upon the minds of its audience. This is something that the academia can never understand.
Ja, du scheinst wirklich eine Menge durchgemacht zu haben.
I once pursued the mastery of art, much like how a researcher would chase wisdom and knowledge. However, the more of a connoisseur I became, the less I felt I understood. I began to question what it truly meant for art to be understood at all. I found that I could comprehend even the most complex and sophisticated of works, and yet somehow that provided me with little solace. I remained even perplexed about this conundrum until I visited this theater and watched one of Nilu's performances.
It was that life-changing?
Everyone here had a joyous part in the overall experience. The actors upon the stage basked in the love of their audience, while those in the house immersed themselves in the wondrous ambiance. In all honesty, from a purely critical point of view, the performances here are exceedingly average.
Hey, don't say something like that.
But what bewildered me was how, despite the performance's middling quality, they captivated their whole audience. They captivated even me. I realized then that I had walked the wrong road. The mastery of art was never what I truly wanted. I left the so-called frontiers of artistic research and came to this theater, for this is where I can finally find what I seek. Art will no longer be a castle in the sky. Whether it be inspiring or entertaining, art must be appreciated by others to confer value. If art cannot accomplish that, then it is meaningless.
When you put it that way... Mr. Zubair and I refused to follow the Academia's orders to change our shows for a similar reason. To put it simply, we were afraid that our shows would lose their meaning if people couldn't understand them.
I once stood in the spotlight, but I relinquished fame and acclaim for the freedom I enjoy today. I care not for where my feet may take me next, but Nilu, you need to remember one thing. You already stand upon the finest stage there is, and that is a rare gift that should never be taken for granted. You cannot give it up, not even to the Academia.
I understand. Thank you for your words of encouragement, Mr. Kasani.
Dust the cobwebs away from the eyes of those scholars.
You really seem to care a lot about the theater.
Once you get to know him, you'll realize...
Das ist ein Witz. Ich befürchte, wir werden den ganzen Auftrag fertig machen müssen.
You're here. Is the theater actually closing?
He's been worried sick for a while now. He wouldn't stop talking the whole way back.
Hey, you two.
What exactly happened? Did someone come down from the Academia?
Yes. He told us that we have to shut down the theater within 30 days, and that it's going to be demolished.
What the heck? That came with no warning.
They're messing with us again.
Don't tell me you'll have to listen to him.
Come on. You know the answer to that.
Yeah, it is a direct order from the Academia.
There's no need to worry, though. I'm preparing for a public debate with the Academia. If I win, we might be able to overturn things and change their minds.
Really? That's terrific. You have my full support, no doubt about that.
Mine too! So what was their excuse anyway? They still not a fan of the theater's programs?
Yeah, something like that.
Good thing they have the power to make rash decisions about things they don't even understand, huh?
Yeah, they need to touch more grass, not books.
Exactly. They want to look down on us? Ha! We'll look down on them first.
Don't worry, everyone here has your back. The Academia's recklessness won't get them any praise.
Right. They might think that some forms of knowledge are more valuable than others, but everyone can equally appreciate art. If they don't believe that, send them my way. I got them beat on this subject.
Maybe you can prepare some questions on the details of dance performance to make things harder for them at the debate.
Sounds like a good idea. Maybe that's something I should do.
Ignore him. He's joking. Just do things your way. No matter what, we will always support you.
Thank you all so much. Your understanding and support make me feel a lot better.
There are always more solutions than problems. If you need help during the debate, just shout and the entire Grand Bazaar will be at your beck and call.
Gotta show them who has the people's support.
I feel like the pieces are starting to fall into place. Let's head back to the...
Immer noch nicht. Okay.
Sounds good. Inaya...
Abi, have you seen Miss Inaya?
No, Miss Nilu. Miss Inaya isn't back yet. Wasn't she just passing on a message? Does she really need this much time?
Verdächtig, nicht wahr?
Oh no. Traveler, Paimon, I think I've messed up big time. What if Inaya never planned to come back?
What?
It's just a gut feeling, but knowing her, she probably feels like she's completely responsible for what happened. She probably thinks that all of this happened because she was staying here.
Oh, right. As soon as her father showed up, she said that her father was targeting her. So she's felt like that this whole time.
She has a long-standing conflict with her father. That's why she ran away from home. She doesn't think that we can win the debate, and she doesn't want to implicate us. So she thought leaving was the best thing to do.
Ja, ja,
And then
wieder
she
Leute
just
auf eigene
quietly
Faust.
left afterward.
Exactly. She's being too pessimistic. How will you know if you don't try? Anyway, first things first. We have to get her back.
But where should we start? Sumeru is huge!
I think I might know. Let's start by looking outside the city.
Warum? Würde sie
Before I
nicht
brought her
direkt zur
to Zubear
Akademie gehen?
Theater, she was staying at a remote campsite. She got a fever from drinking unclean water, so I carried her back. If she has nowhere else to go after leaving the theater, she might go back and strike out on her own again.
Then let's go take a look.
Yes, let's hurry.
Das ist aber auch ziemlich weit hergeholt. Ein Lager in der Wildnis. Oh Mann. Und dann auch noch so weit weg. Aber ja, ich bin mir sicher, dass ich jetzt erstmal den ganzen Auftrag fertig machen muss, dass ich die Story endlich beenden kann. Ach ja. Hallo. Ja, kleine Pilze interessiert mich nicht.
There are signs that someone had stayed here very recently.
But we can't confirm if it was Inaya or not. Let's take a look around first. Did you hear that?
Das war ein Geräusch. Was? Oh mein Gott.
I heard it too. Let's investigate.
Das war ein Geräusch. Ach, schön. Oh, Lilo.
It sounds like we're getting closer. The voice is coming from over there.
Oh, Tiger Katzi Katzi.
We're almost there.
Stay back!
It's Inaya! She's being attacked by wild animals!
Inaya, don't be scared. We're coming to help.
Gather! I will have order.
There is no escape.
Ein kleines Mädchen hatte. Geh damit spielen.
Thank you. There weren't so many big animals in this area before. They chased after me for a long time.
Vielleicht hatten die Hunger.
Sorry. I'm causing trouble for you again.
Why did you leave by yourself? You really don't think we have a chance at winning the debate?
No. I just thought it would take too much effort. Everything happened because of me. If I'm gone, then the situation will resolve itself.
Das glaube ich nicht.
Yeah! Everyone's working together towards a happier ending. No one should be singled out for blame.
It's all right if it's me. As long as the theater won't get demolished. You guys are the kindest people I've ever met. You shouldn't suffer so much because of me.
Listen to me, Inaya. Even if you were the reason that all of this happened, no one would blame you. Mr. Zubair said that you're one of us, so that means we will protect you. No matter what happens, we'll stand as one.
Nilu, there will always be a victim. Whether it's me or the theater. You can't eat your cake and have it too. You can't win a debate against the academia. Especially since your opponent will be my father. My father is an extremely demanding man. He's always wanted me to become an exceptional researcher and his academic successor. I tried my best to meet his expectations and did everything I could. But he still wasn't satisfied. Or rather, he had just never been satisfied with me. I'm no genius. But whenever he berated me, it was always as if he was asking me, "Why aren't you a genius?" Yeah, like I'd know.
So that's why you ran away from home?
At first, I thought the father would slowly come to terms with reality. But he just wouldn't stop berating me. For one exam, I earned the 3rd highest score. I thought that all my hard work had finally paid off, and that I could finally make father feel some modicum of joy. I even used the embroidery skills I learned at school to make a commemorative gift for him. I thought, Even this daughter can make her father happy sometimes. Right?
I see. When we were embroidering your gift before, I didn't feel like you were new at it.
Yeah. Sorry for not bringing it up. These are not pleasant memories for me. I was tired of him yelling at me every day. All I wanted was to see him smile at me. But he was more angry than ever before once I'd given him my embroidery and told him my score. He flung my present to the side. You think you should be proud of 3rd place? Reflect on why you weren't first. I forgot how long I'd cried for. I only remember my parents arguing. My mother also thought he went overboard. They argued for such a long time. My father eventually stormed out and slammed the door behind him. I didn't get a single sentence of apology or any words of comfort. I've completely given up. We're destined to never understand each other.
How horrible!
Jemand so schrecklichen würde ich aus meinem Leben streichen.
Because he doesn't even understand what kind of place a theater is. He can never understand the relationship performers have with their audience. His life is devoid of camaraderie or friendship. He just wants everything to happen according to his wishes, as if the world revolves around him. What we cherish, our little place in this world, means nothing to him.
It sounds like your past has had a huge impact on you.
I understand now, Inaya. But when we were preparing for the debate, I heard something quite wise. Maybe it'll help you.
The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
Art must first be appreciated by others to confer value.
Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the theater. Everything checks out. Everyone is free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently superior. Everyone is free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently superior.
The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
Miss Raykar has gone through a lot in her life, but she told us that she's very happy to live at the theater now. Although she ran into misfortune, it led her down a new path in life. She sees that as a blessing. She told me that the most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
Interpret it?
I can sympathize with your unhappiness at home, but after you ran away, you ended up at the theater and became one of us. Those unhappy experiences allowed you to really cherish your bonds with everyone, and also gave you the opportunity to become friends with us. Don't let your past suffering keep you from the new life that you've worked so hard to find.
Oh.
Let the past stay in the past.
Dies ist ein neues Leben.
When I ran away from home, I swore that I would leave my family conflicts behind. But you're right. All I'm doing now is falling right back into it.
Maybe you'll disappoint him, but that doesn't matter. You have a new future waiting for you. Don't let go of the answer you've worked so hard to find.
That's right. If we put our heads together, there's bound to be a way.
You're right. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'm not trying to meet his expectations. So why should I give up because of him? I can't afford to lose anything more. We have to win. The debate will not only protect Zubair Theater, but also allow me to settle things with Father.
That's the spirit!
Let's go. I'll tell my father about the debate. I know him very well. Even if he looks down on us, I know how to make him accept.
All right, let's go.
Erwischt, Xenox. Erwischt. Ach so, um den Auftrag jetzt weitermachen zu können, muss ich die Story jetzt weitermachen. Aber das wurde vorher dadurch blockiert. Also diese Logik ist mir sowas von unbegreiflich, aber ich mache auch gerne erstmal die Story zu Ende. Das war ja sowieso mein Hauptziel. Meine Güte, ey. Was soll denn das so? Ja, du kannst den Auftrag nicht fertig machen, weil die jetzt doch in den Auftrag ist. Hä? Warum nicht gleich so? Dass das überhaupt blockiert wird. Ey, oh, dieses System. Meine Güte. Die Festtage gut überstanden. Naja, genau genommen haben wir ja noch einen Festtag vor uns, ne? Aber ja, sagen wir es so. Ich hatte ja eine Weile lang jetzt nicht so wirklich viel Zeit. Ich habe mich dann doch eher auf meine Tätigkeit konzentriert. Und ich bin dann halt leider kurz vor den Festtagen nochmal krank geworden. Weshalb ich unter anderem auch weiterhin erstmal eine Weile nicht streamen konnte. Ich habe halt wirklich gewartet, bis es mir einigermaßen besser ging. Dann wollte ich an einigen Tagen schon wieder mal ein bisschen streamen, aber ging nicht, tatsächlich. Weil ich immer noch gemerkt habe, dass ich dann doch ziemlich stark am Husten war und das wollte ich dann einen auch nicht antun, wie ich mir da die halbe Lunge raushuste. Beziehungsweise teilweise habe ich mich noch ganz anders mit der Stimme angehört, weil ich immer noch ja, verschleimt war. Oder einfach nur generell Nase verstopft, so und dieses nasale Sprechen, so, was man ja meistens hat, ne, das hatte ich nicht so wirklich Lust darauf, das zu machen. Deswegen, ja. So gesehen habe ich die Feiertage überstanden im Bett.
Good morning.
So.
Looks like you're awake.
Tätigkeit, Drogen an Patienten zu verkaufen statt zu arbeiten, ist echt hart, kenne ich, ja. Ja, man muss ja auch überzeugend sein, ne? Man muss sie auch bei der Stange halten, dass sie sich nicht auskurieren wollen, so in eine Therapie begeben und so, ne? Nein, nein, nein. Ich verticke nix. So, guten Morgen, Kalai.
I prepared some breakfast today. Please have a taste.
Sieht aus wie Taco-Hamburger mit Erbsen statt mit Buletten. Oh, jetzt sind es auf einmal Kuchenstücke.
Well, now that I've recovered from Alizar, I'm feeling better than ever. I can even prepare 4 or 5 meals a day now.
And Paimon bets they're all delicious.
Oh, by the way, someone brought a letter for you after you went to sleep last night.
Nope. Paimon wanted to read the letter with you after you woke up. So Paimon didn't open it. Alright, let's read it now. Oh, it's from Nilu. Ahem. We're going to hold a feast at the Grand Bazaar and celebrate Cyano's reinstatement as the General Mahamatra.
Ich hoffe natürlich, dass es dir auch gut geht. Mein Mikro ist ein bisschen gedämpft und man versteht mich nicht so gut. Also ich kann höchstens... Moment. So, das ist das, was ich anbieten kann. Ich könnte es noch ein bisschen lauter machen, aber mehr auch nicht.
As heroes of Sumeru, please be sure to attend. I'll wait for you. The date of the banquet is written on the back. It's in...
Oh, I've also heard that you've become heroes here as well. That's amazing.
Wow, dann sind wir ja schon in 4 reichen oder Gebieten oder Regionen. Ja, sagen wir Regionen. In 4 Regionen sind wir Held. Perfekt. Wir haben nur ein wenig geholfen. Ja, wir haben eben schnell die Region gerettet, eine Göttin aus ihrem Gefängnis befreit, haben, was weiß ich, irgendwelche ach so modernen, schlauen Leute überlistet, einen neuen Gott verhindert und besiegt, also, und die Welt gerettet. Also, ja, nur ein bisschen geholfen, ne, ganz wenig, quasi gar nicht. irgendwas zu Weihnachten bekommen. Ja, schwierig. Genau genommen habe ich das ein bisschen früher erhalten. Also man kann es natürlich so auslegen, dass ich es zu Weihnachten bekommen habe, aber ja, theoretisch schon. Aber ich mache mir selber auch nochmal ein Geschenk, was ich gestern schon im Stream angekündigt hatte. Jetzt, da ich ja wieder ein bisschen fähiger bin, sag ich mal, also vom Zustand her, kann ich sagen, ja gut. Theoretisch könnte ich sagen, heute nochmal, ich gehe nochmal los, hol mir das eben schnell. Habe ich aber keine Lust zu. Mache ich morgen und dann ist gut. Und was war's? Ah ja. Also die Standardsachen, die man mal kriegt, so ein bisschen hier ein Brief, da ein Brief, so. Und ein bisschen Inhalt, ne? Ich sag jetzt nicht was. Sagen wir, meine finanzielle Lage ist dadurch nicht schlechter geworden.
Everyone's aware of your abilities. There's no
Aber
need
es hat
to
sich
be
doch sehr,
modest.
sehr dezent gehalten. Ich kann natürlich verstehen, dass die meisten jetzt auch nicht so mit finanziellen Mitteln gesegnet sind. Deswegen, ja.
Anyway, let's go to the Grand Bazaar to have a look.
Es hat aber auch generell über die Jahre mal abgenommen, muss ich dazu sagen.
Oh, before you leave, be sure to inform Master Tainari.
Ist aber auch völlig normal so. Meistens weiß man gar nicht, was man überhaupt noch geben soll, weil man einfach dieses Alter erreicht hat, in dem man theoretisch einfach alles selber machen kann. Weil es ist ja so, du kannst ja eigentlich theoretisch alles selber kaufen. Da sind dann nur so selbstgemachte Sachen natürlich besser. Ist dann aber auch schwierig. Muss man auch erstmal wissen, was einem gefällt. Aber ich bin zum Beispiel auch froh, wenn irgendwas von so einem Format, was mir gefällt, also von den Videos irgendwie erscheint. Zufälligerweise kam nämlich eins wieder am 24. und da habe ich mich dann auch drüber gefreut. Ich sehe das als allgemeines Weihnachtsgeschenk für alle in der Community.
Good morning. How do you feel today?
War doch schön.
We feel much better. How about you?
Man kann sich ja auch über die kleinen Dinge freuen. Aber jetzt nochmal zu dir. Wie geht's dir so, falls man das vorhin nicht verstanden hat, wegen dem leise? Und was hast du denn so bekommen? Erzähl mal einen Wink.
I'm recovering well. Thanks for asking.
Well, from the looks of it, you seem to be already busy with work again.
It's fine. I'm not that busy, really. The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as Hypatia. For now, I only need to tend to my Forest Watcher duties.
It seems once Irminsul started getting better, everything else started to recover too.
Yes, but there are still some residual effects. The withering is one example. Though it won't spread anymore, the existing zones won't just disappear. We forest rangers will still need to do the work.
Ja, ja.
By the way, we have some good news. Sino got his position back.
This news is hardly new. He had already mentioned it to me before.
Huh? You mean he was already here? Why didn't he come to say hi to us?
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you while you were resting. He just asked me a few questions and left.
Also ich glaube ja, wenn man heutzutage gesucht wird, würden sie einen nicht mehr einen Brief schicken, dass man gesucht wird.
Then you probably already know all about the celebration feast.
Celebration feast? No, I haven't heard anything about that.
Huh? But didn't Nilu say in her letter that they would celebrate Sino? He didn't tell you?
Perhaps, or alternatively, he doesn't know about it either.
Come to think of it, Sino doesn't seem like the type who'd enjoy a celebration feast. You and Kale are both Sino's close friends. Why don't you come to the feast with us?
Kala has taken over some of my tasks these days. I don't think she'll have time for it. Not to mention me.
Aber das hat sich gelegt. Ja, das ist doch schon mal gut. Ja, ist schon komisch, dass in letzter Zeit alle so ein bisschen krank wurden. Ich ja, wie gesagt, auch. Oha. Ja, ist natürlich nicht so gut.
You see, some VIPs have come to the forest recently.
Um da mal kurz einen schlechten Witz einzuschieben, sie sollte nächstes Mal vielleicht kein Bier trinken. Ich weiß ja nicht, wie alt die gute Frau ist. Aber jetzt mal wieder Scherz beiseite. Ja, gute Besserung an der Stelle natürlich.
VIPs? Very important Paimons?
Hier wird es hoffentlich bald wieder gut gehen.
Well, technically speaking, they are former VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have begun their training in the Avidya forest, and the people they had previously imprisoned have all been released.
Huh?
Yes, he's a little weak, but he isn't injured and his condition is stable. Lesser Lord Kusanali, in her boundless mercy, has decided to spare Azar and the other wrongdoers. Supposedly, they were ashamed of their shallow ideologies and have decided to dedicate the rest of their lives to cultivating wisdom in the Avidya forest. When they learned that Lesser Lord Kusanali had defeated the Balladeer and saved Irminsul, they were shocked at first, but also became happy, feeling that the sacred light guiding them on the path of discovering wisdom had begun to shine once again.
Was Größeres, ein Display, so ein Metal-Poster. Ah, ja. Ja, ja, das kenne ich. Boah, bei wem habe ich das gesehen? Ich habe das aber auf jeden Fall bei einigen YouTubern schon gesehen. Die da so mehrfach schon Werbung zu sowas gemacht haben, hochqualitativ und so weiter. Und du kannst es einfach an die Wand anbringen und ja, das ist gut, das ist wirklich gut.
That sounds really exhausting.
There's nothing we can do, really. But that's another topic. Back to the matter at hand. Are you two planning to head out?
Ah, right! We're here to request permission to head out. Would that be okay?
You've recovered well. You may go, but be careful.
Yay! Will do!
Mir gewünscht, weil mein altes Poster kaputt und schon alt war und nicht mehr schön aussieht. Ja, das kenne ich. Ich habe auch ein, zwei Poster, die man theoretisch gerade erstmal nur noch mit Klebeband zusammenhalten könnte. Also noch kein total Reinfall, aber ist halt schon ein bisschen Beschädigung über die Jahre. Und ja. Das ist halt immer schade drum. Bei einem von denen, wenn das irgendwann mal kaputt gehen sollte, das wäre ein Problem. Das Ding wahrscheinlich herzustellen, bestimmt nicht, aber weiß ich nicht. Das hier dann irgendwie reinzukriegen, geschweige denn wieder richtig aufzuhängen, boah, schwierig. Stimmt, hier war doch irgendwo eine Kiste. Das ist ein Scherz, oder?
One man's stone is another man's gem.
Das ist ein Scherz. Ich meine, wenn du willst, kannst du mir auch so ein Display kaufen. Bei dem Ding war auch ein 30% Gutschein dabei. Außerdem haben die auch fast immer einen Rabatt von 20% auf der Seite. Krass. Achso, dir. Ja, muss ich mal gucken. Deswegen sage ich ja, irgendwann in der Zukunft. Muss noch nicht jetzt sein. Okay, dann hinterm Haus, weil man da ja scheinbar nicht rein kann. Ja.
One man's stone is another man's gem.
Eine Frage an der Stelle. Okay. Wenn ich jetzt noch irgendwie 5 zusammenkriege, und das werde ich, könnte ich, wenn ich die Statue schon hoch genug habe, nochmal wünschen. In der Hoffnung, dass ich nochmal eine 5-Star-Waffe ziehe. Denn ich habe ja gestern eine gezogen, aber leider keine von beiden. Es ist jetzt die Frage. Die nächste ist garantiert eine von beiden, aber... Ja gut, für mich wäre beides nicht schlecht, aber... Trotzdem. Ich hätte den Speer halt trotzdem lieber.
Well, there won't be any problems if the feast starts at that time. Everything has already been prepared.
Ja, ich wollte mir noch eine Aufladung holen, tatsächlich. Dass ich mir hier aus dem PlayStation Store Jurassic World Evolution 2 hole. Ich habe den ersten Teil ja schon gerne gespielt, so, und dann hätte ich noch mal ein bisschen was ich noch mal ein bisschen streamen könnte. Irgendwie was mit über 75 Dinosaurier, diesmal auch ein paar Wasserdinosaurier und Flugdinosaurier endlich. Da würde ich noch mal einen schönen Themenpark aufmachen, ne? Hoffentlich haben die nicht schon wieder so eine beschissene Insel, wo mir die Raptoren gehörig auf den Sack gehen. Die wollten alle 5 Minuten aus dem scheiß Käfig ausbrechen und das haben sie auch getan. Ja, weil das ist nämlich gerade runtergesetzt im PlayStation Store und da habe ich mir gedacht, also eigentlich musst du da zugreifen, ne? Für irgendwie, ich glaube 24 Euro oder 23 Euro, also nur knapp ein 20, da kannst du nicht meckern, ne? Das machst du. Das geht noch. Da hast du bestimmt ein bisschen was dran zu kauen. Vor allem, weil die ja ziemlich viele Improvements gemacht haben zum Teil davor. Ja, bin ja mal gespannt, wie das mit diesen Improvements aussieht, aber gut. Ich bin da nicht mehr in dem Thema drin. Ich habe mir das nur mal kurz angeguckt.
Mr. Zubair, I finished tallying things up here. Well, except for the guests.
Is a simple reply really that much to ask of our guests? It's affecting our arrangements.
Aber siehst du ja, ich meine, ich habe damit eigentlich auch gerechnet, dass ich heute das Ding kaufen kann, dass ich heute das Ding auch streame. Aber ich habe gestern auch nicht damit gerechnet, dass ich noch so lange für Genshin brauche, dass ich das sogar heute, auf heute noch verlegen muss, ne? Also, es hat dann doch alles irgendwie einen Sinn ergeben. Das einzig Gute daran wäre natürlich gewesen, wenn ich es heute noch geschafft hätte, jetzt mir die Aufladung zu holen, dass ich das schon mal gedownloadet habe. Aber wenn wir ganz ehrlich sind, ich muss morgen so oder so nochmal los. Also bringe ich es mir dann auch mit und dann ist alles gut. Dann habe ich da noch mal ein bisschen was zu streamen für. Der Nachteil ist bloß, ich habe dann halt nur noch dieses Wochenende dafür und danach muss ich schon wieder los. Und dann habe ich erst, glaube ich, irgendwie im Februar wieder ein bisschen Zeit, so mal in der Woche was zu machen. Improvements, seine schwarzen Mitarbeiter, denke ich mal, werden nicht mehr bevorzugt von deinen Dinos gegessen. Ja.
Oh, it'll
Diesmal
be
ist es der
fine.
weiße Stift zuerst
Besides,
Klischee.
it never hurts to get things ready in advance.
I was thinking the same thing. The feast will be held sooner or later, right?
So ein feiner Bobo.
Hey, Nilu!
Traveler, Paimon.
We got your letter, so here we are!
Ja, vielleicht kann man da auch
You're the
den einen oder anderen mal schnell ins
The other
Becken
guests
stoßen,
haven't
ne?
even replied yet.
Ja, ist Fütterungszeit und wir haben halt keine Kadaver mehr.
Huh? Are we the only ones that have arrived?
Yeah.
Vielleicht werden wir auch mal ein bisschen aggressiver beim Spielen im Vogelhaus.
But maybe
Das
everyone is still busy
wäre
with other
möglich.
things.
Look, I get it. Sumeru is in an extremely important period of transition right now, but even if your friends are important figures, they shouldn't just ignore your request like this.
Und vielleicht knallt bei uns ja auch mal was aus Versehen bei uns im Vogelhaus rein, dass das Glas zerstört wird und die Vögel ein bisschen Freiflug haben.
#1 celebrity after all. You have no idea how happy I am to talk to people with good taste.
If you consider enjoying Nilu's dance as having good taste, then almost everybody has good taste. Because Paimon thinks everybody will love her performance.
That's right. We all think she's amazing too. Nilou is an absolute favorite among those of us who frequent the Grand Bazaar. For Outlanders, you have a great eye. Master Zubair, let's have a vote for the most outstanding audience members next time. I think these two may win.
Nonsense. It is not for us to determine the value of an audience. But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people with particularly good taste. I heard there's a device in Fontaine called a camera that can record people's appearances as pictures.
Fotoapparat haben wir
Pictures
schon.
would make superb gifts.
Ooh, good idea. I wonder where we can find one.
I don't want you giving pictures of me to everyone. I'm satisfied just being able to perform here.
There's always a lot going on at the Grand Bazaar.
Yeah, and that's why I love it here. Traveler and Paimon, could you help confirm if the letters were actually delivered? If for some reason they didn't receive the letters, then please tell everyone that there will be a feast here.
Yeah, we can also check out how everything in Sumeru is going now.
When I wrote the letters, I heard that Dia was in Port Ormo. As for Sino, we've only heard... I'm not too sure about Ramon's whereabouts. As for Dunyarzad, I just hope she's feeling better. I sent her a letter, but I was afraid of disturbing her.
Okay, got it. Let's go, Traveler.
Ja, Dunyarzad wird wahrscheinlich als Special Guest am Ende auftauchen. So, hey, mir geht's auch wieder gut. Weil eigentlich wissen wir das ja nicht. Dann schauen wir uns mal in der Akademie um. Mit etwas Glück finden wir da auch direkt Sino. Dann hätten wir einiges abgehakt. Ansonsten ist das schon wieder so eine Quest, wo man gewisse Dinge suchen muss an 3 verschiedenen Orten und sich die letzte Sache immer oder die Sache immer an dem 3. Ort befindet. Aber in dem Fall, ja, müssen wir halt einfach alle 3 Orte einfach nur absuchen.
We haven't seen Alhaitham anywhere. Let's ask that person over there.
Ja, das ist doch der von der Quest gestern.
Hey there, have you seen Alhaitham around?
Yes, it seems Scribe Alhaitham has gone to the House of Dana. You should be able to find him there. But you're already the 2nd group of people I've seen looking for him today. He must be quite the busy man.
Oh? Who else was looking for him?
Mr. Cave was just here asking about him. You wouldn't believe how terrible their relationship is. And now, don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about the sages.
No way. We're strictly here on business.
Ah, I see. Sorry, I thought maybe everyone's as interested in rumors about the sages as I am.
Na dann, mal los. Schade. Ich dachte, da gibt's noch eine Kiste. Okay. Jetzt sind sowieso nur noch die Abschlusszeremonien und so weiter. Lasst uns schön verabschieden. Da sind nochmal Bücher. War ja klar, dass in der weltgrößten Bibliothek auf jeden Fall Bücher zu finden sind. Hätte mich gewundert, wenn nicht so ist. Aber naja.
There's really no need to fight over such paltry research funds.
Das Ding in der Mitte muss ich gleich nochmal durchgehen. Sehe nichts glänzen, nein. Okay.
Hatham should be around here somewhere, right?
Da ist er ja.
Oh, he's over there. But it looks like he might not have time.
Just put down that worthless book and tell me what happened in the academia.
This is not just some worthless book. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to find a physical book like this in Sumeru?
It doesn't matter. It's probably just another thing that you used your authority to get your hands on anyway.
Das sieht einfach aus wie sein
Put it
Bruder.
aside. Listen, I came back today only to hear that the sages have disappeared.
Oh, you sound surprised. I thought you would already know the inside story.
Would I be here asking you if I knew? You're the scribe, not me. So just tell me what you know already.
Well, I almost became a sage.
Huh?
Oh, don't sound too surprised now. You're the renowned Kaveh, light of the Ksharawar. Besides, as a master builder and craftsman, chances are you'll be appointed as a sage too.
Why do I feel like you don't really mean it?
Huh. What makes you say that? Why would you question my heartfelt sincerity?
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good about me before.
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment, and anyone who knows you as well as I do would surely do the same.
Oh, you... See? This is why I hate discussing anything with you. Your ridiculous and arrogant attitude always gets in the way.
It seems that you really can't stand my personality.
Ha! What was your first clue?
Well, then you might as well move out of my house.
Are you threatening me? Stooping to a new low, I see. Ugh, and don't change the subject. You, a sage? What a joke. The academia might as well just close tomorrow.
Are they having a fight?
Forget what's going on with the academia. Haven't you been busy with your construction project?
Don't get me started. I get angry just thinking of...
So, what great building did our master architect work on this time?
Like I need to tell you. Keep your nose out of my business.
No. I think we deserve to know. Where were you when Sumeru needed you most?
I was in the desert for a large project, but considering Haravatat's utter ignorance of architectural and aesthetic matters, you probably wouldn't understand. Which is truly unfortunate. I can only pity the man who doesn't understand the first thing about beauty and romance. Unlike a true... Hold on, wait a second. What do you mean by when Sumeru needed me most?
Well, while you were out fiddling around in the desert, many people came together to save Sumeru from a crisis.
Ha! And you think I'd believe that?
Look, all you really need to know is that Azar and all his accomplices have all been overthrown.
Huh? What nonsense are you talking about?
It's no skin off my nose if you don't believe me. It's not like my Darshan was the one trying to apply for funding from the Grand Sage. Yours, though, on the other hand...
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying to me.
Yeah! Wieder eine Bücherreihe fertig. Ach du Kacke. Ah, aber dann habe ich jetzt einmal eine Runde gedreht. Das heißt nur noch das Ding in der Mitte erledigen und dann haben wir das. Super. Der Rest müsste sich jetzt bei ihm befinden. Oder hier noch teilweise auf den Tischen. Da. Sehr schön. Ich wollte gerade schon sagen, lass mich erst die Buchgreifin, dann du dran. So. Damit haben wir das auch. Das Namenskärtchen. Alles klar.
Oh, it's you two. What's the matter?
We're running some errands for Nilou. Have you received her letter?
Letter?
Nilou said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. We'll also be celebrating Zino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra.
If she addressed the letter to all Hatham of the Academia, then the letter should have gone to my office. I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to check for any new mail at my office. I only now have some free time to attend to personal matters.
Have you always been so busy with your work?
Of course not. I'm only busy these days because several sages have been dismissed recently and the whole academia was practically turned upside down.
Ist ja auch nur
Kanai
selbstverständlich.
told us they all went to train in the Avidia Forest. Apparently they will spend the rest of their lives there.
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them. 4 of the 6 great sages were possessed by their desire for power and attempted to create a new god. In order to pull it off, they even imprisoned the other 2 rational sages. To imagine such things could take place in the academia.
Yeah, you're right. Huh. Feels kind of strange to hear them called that after all this time. But then again, the 6 great schools sounded pretty impressive too.
Yes, at least that's how they're supposed to sound. It's said that when the Academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon herself established the 6 great schools, each representing one of the 6 different types of wisdom. Numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded. Only the 6 Darshans attaching themselves to the 6 great schools have stood the test of time and obtained permanent seats in the Academia. Now, the 6 Darshans are nearly synonymous with the 6 great schools, and the leaders selected for the schools are the 6 great sages. Among the 6 great sages, there is one central leader, the Grand Sage. Unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now. They were imprisoned for opposing Azar, and were only rescued after Azar's downfall.
So who's managing things in the other 4 schools now? Do they need to find someone new?
Yes. Normally, new sages are selected based on a strict set of criteria.
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we'd have a huge connection in Sumeru.
Jawohl.
Yes, about that. You didn't let me finish my sentence. The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar and help Lesser Lord Kusanali manage the academia. But I refused.
Huh? But why? Ugh, can't you be a little more ambitious?
I'm not even interested in being one of the 6 great sages. Like I said before, I don't like being a leader.
Oh, all right. So are you busy these days trying to find others to take the job?
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the academia before the new sages take office. And the first thing I'll do is reject Kasharawar's application for funding.
By the way, who was that other person just now? Is he your friend?
Bruder.
Do we look like friends?
Paimon doesn't know. That's why Paimon's asking.
His name is Kaveh, my roommate. You could say he's the representative for Ksharawar scholars, which is exactly why he always has so many problems.
So everything that's happened recently must be a huge change for the people of Sumer?
Such is the work of the Academia Scribe.
Well, anyway, no matter how busy you are, since you are our planner, remember to attend the celebration feast in 2 days.
Alright, I'll see you there.
Auf nach Ormus. Auf und davon. Auf und davon. Ach ja, immer diese Ladescreens. Aber ich glaube auch, wenn ich die Story jetzt erstmal durch habe, dann werde ich mich erstmal noch ein bisschen der Erkundung widmen. Und ein bisschen Farming, beziehungsweise werde ich erstmal was ganz anderes machen. Das heißt, wenn die Story vorbei ist, werde ich ziemlich sicher erstmal was anderes machen. Und den Stream an der Stelle beenden. Und nur wegen so ein bisschen Farming wieder anzumachen, weiß ich nicht. Das würde ich vielleicht bei Twitch dann in Erwägung ziehen. Aber ansonsten, ja.
This is Port Ormos. Now where could...
Is that Paimon I hear?
Huh?
Oh, it's been a while. How are you doing?
Dunyarzad! It's been so long since we've seen you!
I'm doing well. I can go as far as saying I have never been happier in my entire life. I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard about it.
Yeah!
That's right. My lady is feeling better now, so I'm accompanying her for a walk.
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've already informed my father of your resignation.
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady. Old habits die hard.
Resignation? You mean you're quitting?
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much. It wouldn't be a problem if you wish to continue to be our bodyguard.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. You should know that by now, my lady. When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you'd recovered. It's time for me to get back out there and chase that horizon.
So what are you gonna do now if you're not gonna be a bodyguard anymore?
I want to take a risky job and put my body to the test again.
Huh? But we literally just finished one of the most dangerous jobs ever. Are you getting bored already?
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan with you, I wouldn't have come up with this idea. I guess I still get fired up by that feeling of going all out in a fight. It made me realize that I'm still a mercenary through and through. Life is short,
und so kommst du
and
zu
I'm
uns ins
happy that I
Team.
got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing also made me realize that there are still many problems in Sumeru. And as a desert dweller, I'm still not completely ready to settle down on this side of the wall.
Well, I remember a friend had someone bring you a message.
You mean I'll hate them? I didn't expect him to still remember that. I thought he was joking.
We just came from talking with Alhaitham at the Academia.
Did he tell you that he suggested that I come work at the Academia?
What?
Davon habe ich noch nichts gehört.
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and Alhaitham told me that now was a good time to find a job in the Academia, but only if I wanted to.
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither. But I think Dia would look great dressed up as a scholar.
Ugh, forget about it. I wouldn't last 10 seconds in there. Alhaitham probably just liked the way I worked and knew I'm good in a fight, so he suggested I find some work in the Academia.
But you know, if you take him up on the offer, Sino might actually agree and let you become a Matra. Because you're super amazing!
The Matra have all the talent they need as long as they have Sino. I prefer to be free to live however I choose. In fact, I chose this job from the very start because I knew it'd be right up my alley.
Even if being a mercenary means facing all kinds of danger.
A lion has to return to the wild sooner or later. If anything, being your bodyguard has been unfamiliar territory for me.
I don't want to see you go, but I'll respect your decision.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never meet again. Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything in Sumeru will take a turn for the better. That makes me happy too. But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me. Before long, we'll be a dying breed. So I'd better get to work while I still can.
Huh? But wait a second! You make it sound like you're leaving now!
Well, no, not yet at least. I promised my lady I'd stick around until next week.
So, have you been in Port Ormos this entire time? We were wondering if you had received a letter from Nilu.
Oh, did Nilu write to us?
She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos, so she sent the letter here.
Huh. It was probably sent to the inn that we're staying at. My lady has been very energetic lately, and keeps taking me on hikes, staying out even into the night. By the time we get back, the receptionist is usually off napping on the job.
Right, and we tend to leave quite early in the morning, so the old man on duty is also usually dozing off.
So what it really sounds like is that the person on duty is always asleep.
I bet the letter's at the reception desk. I'll go check later.
No wonder there wasn't a reply. You never received the letter. Good thing Nilu asked us to come and check on that.
Sorry to make you two come all the way out here.
It must be something important for Nilu to specifically write to us like that.
Yes, she said they were preparing a victory feast in the Grand Bazaar, and will also be celebrating Sino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra. She was hoping you could come.
Great! I'll be sure to attend.
Count me in too. But is there some sort of dress code or anything for the feast? Can I just show up looking like this?
Mach ich doch
Since
auch.
it's being organized by Nilu, I don't think she'll be too picky about that. If anything, I think she wants to see us as our most natural selves.
All right, then this is how I'll show up.
The feast will be held in 2 days, so don't forget.
Sure.
Thank you so much for letting us know. We'll see you there.
Oh, by the way, do you happen to know where Sino and Raman are?
The General Mahamatra always comes and goes without a trace. Normally no one knows his whereabouts.
Oh.
But last time we met, he mentioned that he had something to do in Aru village. You can try your luck there. As
Ja,
for
Candace wird
Raman,
uns vielleicht was
your
sagen
guess is
können.
as good as mine. I only remember he said that he had something to discuss with Sino. You don't mention it. You better get going.
Alright, on to our next step.
Einmal wieder eine Reise um die ganze Welt. Und wenn wir die eingesammelt haben, haben wir noch das Fest, dann haben wir noch das Endgespräch mit dem Archon, wie sonst auch immer. Und dann sollte es eigentlich vorbei sein. Wie viel bekommen wir dafür eigentlich? Keine Ahnung. Wahrscheinlich nichts an Urgestein, aber gut. Weißer Ast. Ah. Wieder ein Erinnerungsstück. Und am Ende müssen wir die Erinnerungsstücke alle einschmelzen wahrscheinlich. Um was Bestimmtes zu bekommen. Oder sie halt einfach opfern, um irgendwie die Göttin dann cool zu stimmen, dass sie dann doch nett ist oder so. Das hat mich ja dann doch noch gestern geflasht mit dem, was alles rausgehauen wurde. Die himmlische Ordnung. Vielleicht trägt die ja dieses Sternenbild am Himmel. Also jedes Mal den Sternenhimmel, beziehungsweise vielleicht ist die himmlische Ordnung ja sogar unter anderem auch diese Göttin gewesen.
What brings you here?
We recovered well, and Tanari agreed to let us leave, so now we're out and about again.
It seems Gandharvaville's medical treatment is still as good as ever.
And Tanari is recovering well, too.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, you're the one who brought us to him when we lost consciousness, right? Thanks for that.
You're welcome. Tainari has excellent medical skills, and Kale is quite attentive. It was the best place for you.
But why are you just standing here like a dead tree?
I'm meeting some people.
Oh, you mean Candace?
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. They're still at the usual place. You can go there if you'd like to see them. But you know one of the people I'm meeting as well.
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't tell me you've run into trouble and need us to help now.
Roman! And... huh? Sataria?
Oh, you know me?
Oh, well, you're pretty famous in the academia.
Don't worry, these are our friends. No need to be so guarded.
I see.
I'm doing well. Many good things have happened recently.
Same here. Really, I feel that my whole life has started to shine after suddenly finding a new direction.
Oh, tell us everything.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Alright, well, I suppose I should start by saying I've decided to leave the academia.
What?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. Instead, you could say I've found a new identity. I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar, but I have not completely given up on my relationship to knowledge either.
I can see what you're saying now.
What do you mean?
I plan to leave the academia and return to teach here in the desert.
Wow, so you want to become a teacher?
Sataria will return to support education here and teach people from the desert. She can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us Eremites all over Sumeru. She came to discuss a collaboration with me and hoped that I could bring her ideas to the Eremites.
Yes, it's my hope that the Eremites can help me select a group of smart people with the best aptitude for teaching. I'll teach them, and after they've finished learning from me, they can go educate more people. That is the true meaning of education and the spreading of knowledge.
The people of King Deshret suffer from sandstorms, exile, and ignorance. Miss Itaria is more than welcome to come teach here. Her arrival is like a star shining in the desert night. The stars have always guided caravans, thieves, soldiers, and travelers who get lost in the night. They lead those in the dark out of trouble and back to safety.
Oh, please. Where's all of this coming from? I'm starting to feel a little embarrassed.
You deserve these compliments. Mercenaries are accustomed to danger and don't fear death, which is why we recognize extraordinary actions that common people would easily overlook.
Setaria's idea will bring much good to many people.
At first, I feared it was destined to fail. Everyone knows that the Academia doesn't allow scholars to teach in the desert without permission. As you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control, and very few desert dwellers are as lucky as me. But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart, as if there were lightning bolts constantly bombarding my soul. Setaria, you tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become. Setaria, why haven't you gone home? Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
Miss.
These words sparked something in me, and I knew that I had to bring something back to my people after going home. I gathered up the courage to approach the Grand Sage, only to find that he was no longer at the Academia. Lord Sino told me that Azar didn't belong there anymore.
Azar has received much-needed punishment. Though, if you ask me, it may have been too light.
Yeah.
Lord Sino helped me obtain permission to leave the Academia for the desert, and accompanied me here to discuss collaboration with members of the Eremites. My plan was able to go smoothly thanks to him and Rahman.
You're all doing so much for the desert.
Aside from that, I also have some other business to discuss with Sino.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated many resources to support and develop the desert. I've done some business for her, and part of it required the assistance of the Eremites. I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the Academia, and sent them to several groups in the desert, as instructed by Lesser Lord Kusanali. I believe the people will make good use of them.
That's exactly what the people here need. Physical books and other related items. If it weren't for Sino and Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'm afraid we'd never be able to get our hands on them.
Apart from this, the Academia is also recruiting scholars that are willing to teach in the desert. I'll let you and Setaria know as soon as I have any more news. We must be persistent about this, and maintain these resources to ensure long-term effectiveness.
This is the first time in hundreds of years we've had a glimmer of hope. I think this may be the turning point for the desert. Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest, Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration. I hope people with wisdom like that priest will rise again among the desert dwellers. Then we'll once again see the wisdom and glory that once shook the world.
Enough about us. Are you here to discuss some business too?
No, not at all. We're actually here on behalf of Nilu. Nilu wanted to write to everyone, but she wasn't sure where the letters should be sent, so she asked us to come find everyone personally. A celebration feast will be held in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. She hopes that all of you will be able to attend. At the feast, we'll also be celebrating Sino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra. Although, judging from your appearance, it seems you've already been reinstated. Paimon thought you would only start working for the Academia after the feast.
Celebration? Feast?
Du weißt nicht
It's
Bescheid?
the first I've heard of it.
Tainari was right. He really didn't know.
This feast is for you, Sino. Sounds to me like you'll have to be there.
It's rare to see that kind of expression from Lord Sino. You must not like feasts very much.
No, not really. But I'll go.
Bitte kommt auch mit, ihr beiden.
Well, I still have a lot to handle here. Besides, I need to look after Miss Sataria in the desert, so I'll have to pass.
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. Although, if you'd be so kind, please give a message to Miss Nilu for me. The message is, I'm sorry for how I treated you before, but now I understand the beauty of your dance. It's like a light shining in the sky. You and the art you symbolize are not only beautiful, but also lively and powerful, so much so that it was prohibited. Please keep dancing, and someday I'll be able to appreciate your art in person.
Okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as well. Oh, Sino, remember, party's in 2 days. Make sure you're there.
Got it.
Gut, dann haben wir das ja auch. Aber nur bis zum Bankett. Ich sagte Karte. Nur bis zum Bankettbeginn zu warten wäre ja Verschwendung. Wir gehen direkt zur Stadt und da warten wir dann. Okay, 19 bis irgendwas, 24 Uhr war es, glaube ich. Von daher, wuh.
Today's the big day! Let's go to the Grand Bazaar and see how the celebration's coming along.
Ich würde ja lustig finden, dass man sowas verpassen kann. Wäre schon interessant.
Everybody's already here. Looks like we're the last ones to arrive.
You're here.
Ah, there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some work. I'm very happy to see you here.
But we're not late, are we? It's just that everyone else arrived ahead of time.
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge of today's speeches.
Ja, du willst nur wieder
there
nicht
won't be any
quatschen.
speeches today.
Oh, really? Well, even better.
Come join us over here. Let's share some great food and drinks, and chat about all sorts of fun things.
Everything looks quite good.
Wow! Paimon can't wait! Traveler, just look at all the delicious food here!
Ja, ich krieg immer direkt Migräne, nur weil Paimon sich alles wegschlingen will.
Wow! It's so delicious!
Und jetzt zum Plot-Twist. Zeit wird zurückgedreht bis zu dem Zeitpunkt, wo wir aus der Zeitschleife
The food
entsprungen
was
sind.
specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand
Es ist
Bazaar.
alles nie passiert.
And we have gifts that were sent by the residents of Sumeru City when they heard we were holding a feast. Everyone that came said that you saved Sumeru, and wanted me to thank you all on their behalf.
Ah, feels kinda nice to be seen as a hero. I could get used to this.
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job. You've always been amazing, Dia.
My lady sure has a way with words. Thanks. I'm glad to hear it.
And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated in the great plan.
Don't mention it.
Come to think of it, we've really done something impressive together. It's unbelievable.
We owe it to our abilities. And luck.
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck was against us and feeling like we hardly had a chance of succeeding?
That's how I remember it too.
It's luck that brought us together, and it was luck that let us form a team. Then, it took even more luck for us to formulate a plan and implement it successfully. Moreover, judging from the results, everything worked out well.
Yeah, everyone gave it their all when it mattered most. It was almost like a performance. We took the stage and put on our best show. Everyone played their part, and thanks to everyone's efforts, the performance was a great success.
So, would you say we're good actors too?
Noch ein neuer Titel. Wie schön.
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able to return to power at the Academia.
Yes, even after being abandoned and neglected so many times, she's finally returned.
Es geschafft. Misserfolgen.
Uh-huh. Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing all her wisdom and memories of the past. The Academia basically abandoned her because of it. This should be something everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised. I
Ja,
didn't
weil
say
es die
anything
Greater Lord
wrong, did
Ruka
I?
de Vata nicht gab, musste
No,
die Geschichte
everything you
angepasst
said is
werden.
correct.
That's good.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew all of this already.
Ach, nichts. Ich war nur etwas abwesend.
Even if those two giants of the Academia are here, I still have to say it. Those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord Kusanali used all her power for the people of Sumeru. And what did they do in return?
Es sieht aus, als hätten sich ihre Erinnerungen und Kenntnisse zur Geschichte von Sumeru verändert, nachdem die höhere Herrin Ruka de Vata in Vergessenheit geraten ist. Ja, ich sag doch. Die Erinnerungen haben sich angepasst. Sie mussten eine Lücke füllen. Aber gut, dass es eine allgemeine Erinnerung für alle wird. Oder es hat sich nur einer richtig erinnert und man hat alles quasi angepasst und das hat sich dann verbreitet. Heutzutage glauben sie, dass es immer nur eine Archon in Sumeru gibt, die niedere Herrin Kusanali. Dann sollte man sich aber fragen, warum heißt sie denn die niedere? Gab es denn keine größere? Vielleicht bin ich die einzige Person in Teyvat, die sich an die höhere Herrin Ruka de Vata erinnert. Nicht unbedingt. Wenn unser Geschwisterchen davon wusste, dann der auch. Als Zeugin dieser Begebenheiten sollte ich ihre Wahl respektieren und ihr Geheimnis hüten.
If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised when it turns into a knuckle sandwich, right, Sino?
Man könnte es den wenigen Personen hier erzählen. Man könnte es aber zumindest auch Nahida
Perhaps I
sagen.
shouldn't say this, but their treatment of Lesser Lord Kusanali calls for a more severe punishment.
You could simply tell Lesser Lord Kusanali that you wish to have Azar and his accomplices severely punished.
I respect our deity's decision, and won't interfere in any way. While we're on this topic, why didn't you accept the Academia's invitation to become the Grand Sage?
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be a sage?
Not at all. But every person handling the selection process has said that you are the most suitable candidate to lead the Academia right now.
Why? Because he dethroned Azar from power?
Could you try to put it another way? This is a good thing, yet you're making it sound like I overthrew Azar for my own personal gain.
But seriously, though, I always wondered if you had some personal motives behind it.
I did have my own motive, but it had nothing to do with being a sage. If the rules of our nation were suddenly cast by the wayside, then it wouldn't be long until chaos ensued. I had no intention of letting their dreams disrupt my life.
By that, you mean your life working as the Academia's scribe.
Precisely.
Wait, is that all?
So, that's the only reason why you joined us and came up with all those plans?
It's reason enough.
You've certainly got quite the personality.
You flatter me.
All right then. How about you? You've already resumed work as the General Mahamatra, right?
That's right.
Will you be happy with that life?
It's not about being happy. There are
Even so, keep your spirits up and try to be happy, okay? And try to smile more every day.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Immer so ein griffiger Typ. Erinnert mich an mich früher. So. Dass ich auf Discord so schnell geantwortet habe. Wie schnell ist schnell? Meinst du das mit diesen locker einen Monat her?
The atmosphere here is good. And everything is delicious.
Ich kann den Sarkasmus bis hier riechen. Ja, ich sag's doch.
Yeah. I don't often come to such places, but it feels quite good. I have a lot to handle these days. Otherwise, I could show you around. There's always next time. We're friends after all. This feast is pretty good. I like it.
So, jetzt sollten wir aber auch wirklich gleich am Ende sein.
My lady, the grilled meat over there is delicious. Have you tried it?
Yes, I also tried some fruit just now. Oh, they're very sweet. What an amazing place to relax. No wonder everybody likes to rest at the Grand Bazaar.
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello. Oh, I'm so happy Nilu invited everybody. Oh, now I have the chance to meet all the heroes.
Hey, less of that polite chit-chat and more eating and drinking. The feast is about having fun, not stuffy formalities.
So,
I
eigentlich
seldom
müssen wir noch mit
participate
unserem
in such
geliebten
lively
Arkon sprechen.
gatherings, but the atmosphere here is quite good. No, this gathering today has a unique meaning. The Grand Bazaar is lively because the people here feel happiness from the bottom of their hearts, unlike the farces at the Academia. That happiness is an emotion that'll be forever alien to those bookworms who have driven themselves insane by studying. I seem to have taken both keys when I left the house. Oh well.
Alles klar.
Ah, there you are, traveler. Well, how is it? Are you enjoying the feast today? That's good. It's the first time I've ever invited so many
Es könnte ja auch mal
exceptional
gratis
people to
Geld hier
one
geben
place.
bei einem Bankett. Das
was
wäre
a
mein
little nervous
Verbesserungsvorschlag.
You see, every guest here is quite extraordinary.
Aber ich bin
It's
mir sicher, die
unbelievable that
Gratisgeldschale
we've got
ist leer,
everyone
bevor
together
jemand
here.
anderes sich dran setzt.
Almost like a fairy tale. Make sure you live it up tonight. I'll be happy as long as you're enjoying yourselves. I'm honored to have her think of me this way. If I have a chance in the future, I would really like to invite her to one of my performances. I can't explain why, but I just feel elated right now. Thank you.
Hey, what's wrong? Your head is starting to droop.
Ach, ich werde etwas müde.
Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You'll wake up once he puts something yummy in your tummy. Of course, just wait here for Paimon.
Du bist einfach nur verfressen, das ist es. Habe ich gestern Nacht nicht gut geschlafen oder habe ich mein Bäuchlein zu voll geschlagen? Was? Mein Bäuchlein zu voll geschlagen? Das klingt fast wie eine Geschichte von Winnie Pooh. Nein, ich bin mir sicher, dass mit dieser Müdigkeit hat entweder damit zu tun mit diesem Geräusch, womit wir ausgenockt wurden, oder mit eigentlichem Wissen, was wir haben, was nicht mehr existieren sollte. Oh nein. Einfach Kingdom Hearts plötzlich. Scaramouche.
It's me.
Nein. Okay. Das wär's gewesen, Alter. Unser Bewusstsein ist wieder verbunden.
You may blame me for being a bit too self-indulgent. I was thinking about talking with you, and the next thing I knew, I had made a connection with you.
Sie hätte mich doch auch einfach einladen können, nach oben zu gehen.
The connection between us is amazing. It's like flora and the fence it grows upon. I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand Bazaar. I wanted to have a look for myself, so I snuck in. Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events, so I really haven't had any free time. Although you've already helped me with a lot, there's still one more thing I hope you can help me with. Please say thank you to everyone for me. Oh, is it not convenient for you to do that for me?
Manche Dinge muss man selbst erledigen. Ja, das ist richtig.
If I just show up all of a sudden, people will become all quiet and stiff, won't they? What if I end up scaring them and ruining this wonderful feast? That'd be the last thing I want. Let me think about it. Okay. Yes, I have.
Na, dann komm runter.
You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So...
Ah.
I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't blame me. The flora also climbs up to the fence to get closer to the sky.
Ja, ist mega unfair. Das ist einfach mega unfair.
Everyone. Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to bring you the food. It's me. Huh? That voice. Nahida?
Hold up. What's going on?
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the Grand Bazaar. Interesting. Is this also a part of the feast?
No, of course not. Are you Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Um deine Fragen kurz zu beantworten, in der Zwischenzeit irgendwelche Serien geguckt. Ja, eigentlich fast täglich, aber die Frage ist wahrscheinlich auf neue Serien bezogen, zumindest die ich noch nicht gesehen habe. Nicht wirklich, glaube ich. Also würde mir jedenfalls gerade keine einfallen. Ich wollte Tales of the Jedi ja mal jetzt ausprobieren, aber dann habe ich erfahren, dass das wieder nur so ein Ding ist für 6 Folgen und da nicht wirklich alles gewidmet wurde. Also ich werde es mir wahrscheinlich aus Prinzip einmal angucken, aber soll wohl nicht so gut gewesen sein. Jedenfalls den Charakteren nicht ihrer Würde gegeben und teilweise wieder auf die Hardcore-Fans geschissen. Ne? Und nee, die ist nicht gestorben. Also ich weiß nicht, wann du diesen Eindruck dort gewonnen hast. Am Ende hat man ja sogar noch mit ihr gesprochen. Es ging höchstens um eine andere, dass sie dort vielleicht hätte sterben können, aber die ist da auch nicht gestorben.
Hello, Nilu. You know who I am? Yes, I already know every one of you. Nilu, Alhaitham, Sino, Dia, Paimon. Paimon and Dunyarzad.
Ja, nur scheinbar verschwunden. Am Ende ist sie ja noch in der Szene aufgetaucht.
Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the traveler's body so that I could thank all of you in person. Thank you so much for rescuing me, even if that meant placing your own safety in peril and taking the risk of becoming enemies with the academia, the sages, the doctor, the balladeer, and even the entirety of Sumeru. Without you, without any of you, I would have been in a much more difficult situation.
Ja, die mit dem braunen Dutt dort rechts in dem blau-violetten Kleid, die ist verschwunden, aber sie war nicht wirklich komplett weg. Aber halt dieser Sphäre hätte man meinen können, sie wäre gestorben, einen kurzen Moment. Aber dann wurde sie halt doch nochmal gerettet von der Göttin unter anderem und uns natürlich.
Had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, not only I, but Sumeru and even the entirety of Tevat would have suffered great misfortune. People refer to you as the heroes who managed to rescue a god. I'm quite fond of this name. It not only explains your identities, but also bears witness to your relationship with me. Please, allow me to present to you my most sincere gratitude.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so much for Sumeru, and I didn't even have a chance to do anything for you. You don't have to do this.
Dunyarzad, the suffering you endured during your illness is also proof of you being with me and praying for me. Thank you.
You don't need to be so ceremonious. It's always been my duty to protect you.
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon should be. We just did what was necessary and set things back on the right path.
You're an Archon, but you act so humble. You really don't need to be so polite with us.
I'm honored to have been able to take part in this plan. I hoped you liked the dance I dedicated to you.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much.
Nee, hatte ich noch nicht gesehen. Ist aber mitunter auf der Liste tatsächlich. Ich hatte da auch irgendeinen Charakter gesehen, der mir, glaube ich, schon gefallen hat, so vom Design her.
Ja.
Glaube ich zumindest. Oder ich habe das jetzt durcheinander gebracht. Am nächsten Tag.
Are you awake? Did you rest well? After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton.
Nicht im Vergleich zu dir, ja.
That just means you still have a lot to learn from Master Paimon, the Sage of Gluttony. Alright, since you're awake now, should we go and have a chat with Nahida?
Hat sie sich gerade wirklich die Weise... Oh, was war das nochmal? Die Weise der Gier genannt? Oder der ich komme nicht drauf, der Trägheit. Ich weiß nicht mehr. Welche Sünde war das nochmal? Ja, dann Trägheit. Also... Und dass man darauf überhaupt so stolz sein kann, diejenige zu sein, die am meisten essen kann. Und dass andere das nachmachen sollen. Tolles Vorbild auf jeden Fall. Power, dieses Mädchen mit den Hörnern. Kann sein. Keine Ahnung. Ich weiß nur noch, dass ich irgendwie so einen Charakter gesehen habe und dann hieß es so, ja, Anime Chainsaw Man. Und dann habe ich mir gedacht so, aha, okay. Finde ich cool. Könnte aber auch sein, dass ich da zwei Erinnerungen vermische, so von wegen so, ja, Anime Chainsaw Man. Und ich habe da halt einfach nur einen Charakter zugesehen. und bei einem anderen Charakter mir gedacht habe, hey, der ist cool. Und dass ich das dann so mit der Erinnerung vermischt habe. Das könnte auch sein. Ich weiß es nicht mehr. Wenn ich den Charakter nochmal sehe, können wir nochmal drüber sprechen. Oder wenn ich die Serie geguckt habe. Aber es könnte sein, ja. Keine Ahnung. Ich weiß es noch nicht. Ich habe keine Ahnung. Mein Alzheimer-Gehirn sagt auch schon gute Nacht. Jeden Tag. Tja, tut mir leid, ich mache gerade eine Story-Quest. Hier kann niemand beitreten. Jetzt gehen wir ja doch hoch zu ihr. Also... Ich muss die Methoden manchmal echt nicht hinterfragen, oder? Es ist sinnlos. Ich hätte mich auch gleich hoch teleportieren können. Das wäre wahrscheinlich schlauer gewesen. Ah. Ja gut, haben wir mal einen schönen Spaziergang gemacht, was? Am Ende der Geschichte findet Paimon raus, dass sie Diabetes hat und Bluthochdruck. Anstatt, weswegen sie mehr isst und dann an der Wurst herrscht. Du hast Demenz.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth.
Nach ihrer Meinung
And those that
gefragt
come
zu
across
haben.
Leo tend to stay away.
Okay.
So it is where
Okay.
many things come to settle.
Wer sind Sie? Wie sind Sie in mein Haus gekommen? Das ist nicht Ihr Haus, das ist meine Arztpraxis. Gehen Sie raus aus meinem Arbeitszimmer. Doch mal, das ist meine Arztpraxis. Wer hat das gesagt? Wer sind Sie? Wie sind Sie in mein Haus gekommen? So, das Endgespräch mit der Göttin. Dann haben wir die Story ja wirklich gleich beendet. Mal
Hello,
wieder.
traveler and Paimon. What a fantastic night. I'm still immersed in all the happiness and joy, like a candle floating on water.
So are we, and that's why we're here to talk with you.
Is there anything you want to know?
Über Akasha.
After recent events, the Akasha can no longer function as it used to. I've given it some thought, and have decided to shut it down permanently. But this is definitely not a bad thing. Even from the beginning, I've been planning to shut it down. The Akasha's centralized administration of knowledge has always restrained people's curiosity and curtailed the number of paths available to them. I don't think this is good for Sumeru. Although people may initially feel a little uncomfortable with the loss of the Akasha, they will soon understand that this life is more suitable for them. And as for the future of Sumeru, I'm preparing to regain control of the academia. The former sages have received their punishment, but the new sages have yet to be selected. I will oversee the process personally.
Das ist
I
gut so.
hope that the new 6 great sages will be more focused on academics. Sumeru needs such leaders more than ever. The other big issue is the people of King Deshret. All the residents of the desert, in fact. They have been mistreated for far too long. I've already taken some measures to address this. It will take some time to rebuild everything, but no matter if it's culture, friendship, or trust, we will rebuild it.
Ich befürchte, so funktioniert das leider nicht, Xenox. Naja. Ich hoffe, dass man das hier noch mal ein bisschen erfragen kann, weil eigentlich haben die sich selbst widersprochen in ihrer Logik. Aber na gut. Was passiert denn, nachdem ich an jeden Tag eingeschlafen war? Oh ja, das interessiert mich, was sie dazu jetzt noch zu sagen hat. Oder ob sie genauso schweigen muss.
You mean, what happened after the doctor put you to sleep? Not exactly. The top-ranked Fatui Harbingers, up to number 3, possess power comparable to that of gods. I was no match for him in that kind of situation. However, in spite of the bad situation, I still managed to make a fair deal with the doctor. I'm sure you remember the entity that changed your fate, the Heavenly Principles. In fact, the Heavenly Principles has been quiet since the Conria disaster 500 years ago. I used this point as leverage against the doctor. I told him that the Heavenly Principles may be awakened if I destroy the Gnosis. Although it was just a bluff, he still fell for it. I assumed that the Heavenly Principles wouldn't just stand by and let such extensive damage to its laws take place. And as for what I exchanged for the Gnosis, the exchange served as both punishment for the doctor as well as a boon of new knowledge that I couldn't refuse as the God of Wisdom.
Ja, aber kann die mir nicht sagen, was für ein Wissen sie da bekommen hat? Das wäre wichtig. Vielleicht ist da was dabei, was man wissen könnte. Was sie jetzt aber gerade nochmal gut erklärt hat an der Stelle, das ist das, was ich mir gestern auch schon gedacht habe, dass diese Göttin halt zu dieser himmlischen Ordnung gehört. Krass. Wirklich krass.
He's still in a coma. I've hidden him like how one would hide a feather.
Schade.
I know you have many misgivings about him, but as someone who had become a god, he has retained a number of very useful features. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't do any evil. In addition, there are still some mysteries left in him. Some things may be very clear from my perspective, but he has still yet to understand them himself. His future will be determined by fate.
Übernächste Station der Reise, Fontaine.
Is that where you're headed next? Fontaine, the nation of justice?
Leider.
As far as I know, that nation operates in a judicial system.
Also nicht leider, aber ich hätte schon ganz gerne mal so einen Blick zu Snezhnaya geworfen zwischendurch. Einfach nur, weil ich gerne mal selber meine Reisebestimmung hier, mein Ziel bestimmen würde. So, jetzt haben wir es. Ja. Es ist halt einfach nur auf dem Prinzip einer Uhr aufgebaut, wenn man es sich so recht überlegt. Man ging von oben nach, naja, leider ein bisschen nach unten, deswegen kann man es nicht exakt so drehen, aber schon irgendwie. Man ging nach unten, dann ging man nach rechts unten, jetzt ging man nach links unten. Dann wird es nach links Mitte gehen, zweimal mehr oder weniger, und dann links oben. Und dann sind wir wieder bei oben. Aber grundsätzlich, ja. Aber ich bin schon gespannt auf dieses Rechtssystem und wie die Göttin aussehen wird.
Does their Archon personally judge people? No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, the Hydra-Archon, Fossalor, won't preside over individual trials.
Fossalor.
However, even then, Fossalor will still make herself present at just about every trial. It seems that she just likes to immerse herself in that sort of atmosphere. As Archon, she still reserves the right to influence the final verdict. Anyway, let's just say she's got, a very unique personality.
Na gut, dann habe ich keine weiteren Fragen.
Are you sure? Isn't there something else you haven't asked about yet? Huh? You mean... About your brother. While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your brother.
Die kommen von außerhalb des Sternenmeers. Ja, Tevat, das Sternenmeer. Und der Sternenhimmel ist fake.
information and memories of Tevat, so there shouldn't be anything on her or her brother.
This is true in your case. Irminsul indeed does not have any information on you. However, there must be something different about your brother, because as it turns out, the world has recorded information on him after all.
What?
Weil er jetzt länger hier aktiv war und vor mir gelandet ist, oder?
There's only one possible explanation. He belongs to this world.
Hä? Okay, dann glaube ich doch irgendwie an diese Theorie, die ich zum Beispiel gestern schon wieder zusammengesponnen hatte, mit diesem, wir haben viele Welten bereist, das ist ja bekannt. Aber dass wir früher mal zum Beispiel eins waren, oder dass wir halt so irgendwie Gotttöter waren und dann kam halt irgendwann Ordnung, zum Beispiel in diesem Gebiet hier. Und jetzt möchte ich das nochmal ausweiten zu dem, was ich zu Paimon zum Beispiel hatte, dass sie ja wahrscheinlich auch irgendwie eine Maschine sein könnte, weil das ja irgendwie auch nochmal gedroppt wurde da in der Story. Natürlich als Witz gemeint, aber schon bald könnte das Realität sein. In Wirklichkeit ist sie dann vielleicht nur so eine Maschine, aber vielleicht ist sie eine hochmoderne neue Maschine mit tatsächlichen biologischen Organen, die halt wirklich zum Beispiel auch für das Essen sorgen. Die könnten das theoretisch auch verbrennen, aber nur mal angenommen. Es ist eine Maschine, die Großteile des Speichers wirklich verloren hat und jetzt uns quasi aushilft und tatsächlich der Schlüssel zu vielen später ist. Genauso wie diese ganze Schachtheorie, die ich dann noch hatte und das, was immer mit diesen ganzen Gottheit und Dingens hier, was sich jetzt mehr oder weniger noch bestätigt, beziehungsweise leicht aufgeschlüsselt hat zu dieser himmlischen Ordnung, könnte man halt wirklich meinen, Gotttöter, ja. Er stammt von hier, ja. Ich weiß nur noch nicht ganz, wie das dann mit den Geschwistern dann hinkommt, aber ja, gut. Könnte natürlich auch daran liegen, dass er jetzt so lange hier war und im Vergleich zu mir, ne? Oder dass er seine Kräfte noch hat.
Wasn't this your first trip to Tevat?
Weißt du sonst noch etwas?
According to the records I was able to access, your sibling suddenly appeared in Conria.
Wenn mein Schicksal geändert wurde, dann auch seins. Er hat zwar irgendwie seine Kräfte behalten, so größtenteilig, aber er wurde genauso gut vor mir gefangen genommen. Und das heißt, wenn er plötzlich in Conria aufgetaucht wurde, vielleicht wurde sein Schicksal ja auch verändert als ein Gebürtiger aus diesem Reich hier. Und ich wurde nur aus Mangel an irgendwelchen Dingern hier fallen gelassen. Trotzdem geschwächt, weil ohne Kräfte. Ich schlüssel das Ding noch auf, bevor das Ding zu Ende ist, ich schwöre. Wahrscheinlich bin ich sogar der Schreiber der ganzen Geschichte. Und werfe jetzt hier mit ein paar richtigen Sachen und ein paar falschen Sachen, um Verwirrung zu stiften.
After the Conria disaster, he began his journey through the 7 nations of Tevat. But just as his journey was about to reach its conclusion, the Irminsul records on him suddenly become fuzzy.
What do you mean, fuzzy? Did something happen to him?
All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only they can know, is deliberately obfuscating his fate. And whoever it is, if they can do that, who knows what else they're capable of.
But even that wouldn't explain how he somehow comes from this world.
Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not classified your sibling as one of the Descenders.
What's a Descender? Paimon's never heard of it.
Look, I'm sure you must be curious about the information I received from the Fatui in return for my gnosis, right? A very important part of the intel was about this world's Descenders. External beings, ones that don't belong to this world.
Vielleicht sind die Himmlischen ja auch Ankömmlinge. Also ein paar von ihnen.
Traveler, you are Tevat's 4th Descender.
Der 4. Interessant. Vielleicht auch ein paar der Fatui. Gut, wir wissen, dass, oh, wie hieß der jetzt nochmal? Mr. Obercool, Herr Abgrund, der uns wohlgesonnen ist. Boah, ich habe seinen Namen vergessen. Wie hieß der denn nochmal? Den wollen doch alle haben. Ich theoretisch auch, aber... Also wir wissen auf jeden Fall, dass er auch aus Canria stammt. Aber er könnte genauso gut auch ein Ankömmling sein, theoretisch. Nur weil er dort irgendwie seine Zeit dort verbracht hat und jetzt verflucht bzw. nicht verflucht ist und noch so lange überlebt hat, heißt das ja nicht, dass er nicht auch ein Ankömmling sein kann. Aber der vierte, das finde ich interessant.
So the Fatui count 3 other descenders before the Traveler, and her brother isn't even one of them?
That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first descender was likely what we now call the Heavenly Principles.
Ja, also die Göttin. Ist das schon mal
As for
richtig?
the other descenders, I still need to verify their existence. It could take me some time.
Cliffhanger!
Paimon's head's about to burst from all
Mann, die
this
Sache wird
crazy
ja noch
new
richtig spannend. Also die haben es auf jeden Fall drauf, einen neugierig auf die Geschichte zu machen.
And yet, even knowing all this, I'm sure you must still have a lot of unanswered questions. There are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some time to go through each one of them. And soon, you'll also begin your journey anew and depart from Sumeru. I'm very interested in your future. It's a journey that can't be observed or recorded by this world.
Weder beobachtbar noch von dieser Welt festgehalten. Ich bin mir sicher, Paimon zeichnet die ganze Reise auf. Und diese himmlische Ordnung wird das quasi dann analysieren, um mich dann schneller besiegen zu können. Aber mal abgesehen davon, ich würde gerne Wissen tauschen. Ich könnte ihr das Wissen von der größeren Herrin Rukade weitergeben, welches sie und alles andere im Land hier vergessen hat. Und sie könnte mir dann die beiden anderen Ankömmlinge dann irgendwann verraten, sobald sie rausgefunden hat. Und mal abgesehen davon, wir brechen bald unsere Zelte hier ab. Ja, klar, wenn wir noch ein paar Monate warten, bestimmt. Bis dahin haben wir erstmal eine Wüstenerweiterung und dann irgendwann haben wir erst die Erweiterung von Fontaine. Was natürlich sehr schön wird, gehe ich mal von aus, weil ich werde sehr viel von diesem Land halten. Ich werde vermutlich eher enttäuscht sein von dem Land, als überbegeistert. Ich werde begeistert sein, wenn es wirklich gut aussieht, keine Frage. Aber meine Erwartungen an dieses Land sind sehr hoch. Und da ist es dann eher möglich, dass man mich damit enttäuschen kann. Was ich dann ziemlich schade finde. Deswegen muss ich gucken, dass ich meine Begeisterung dafür vielleicht runterfahre. Noch bevor das Land auftaucht. Oder man da irgendwelche Bilder zu sehen kann. Aber bisher haben sie mich eigentlich noch mit keinem Land wirklich ja, enttäuscht.
If fate is the ultimate knowledge, then your future will be the ultimate fate.
Paimon's sure glad we got to meet you, Nahida.
The pleasure is all mine. I can't thank you enough. Alright, that's enough talk for today. If you ever miss me, just close your eyes. And maybe I'll appear in your dreams.
Keine Sorge, ich nehme dich mit auf meinen Reisen.
You must have a whole bunch of questions after our last conversation with Nahida. Paimon was ready to ask her a million more questions, but didn't want to seem too pushy. Like, about these descenders. So, does that just mean people like you who come traveling to Teyvat from someplace else? And as for your brother... so many questions. Let's go find Nahida and see what else we can find out.
Das heißt, wir kriegen gleich noch mehr Informationen. Oh, das finde ich schon mal gut. Aber ich will mal gerade nachgucken, ob ich nicht vielleicht ein paar Informationen gerade bei mir selber finden kann. Interessant, dass das immer noch so lange dauert. Hm. Verdammt, ich wollte herausfinden, wie er nochmal hieß. Wie hieß er denn nochmal? Als ob ich hier keine über ihn Aufzeichnung habe. Hm. Verdammt, wie hieß der denn nochmal? Den Namen. Boah, es liegt mir auf der Zunge. Verdammt. Irgendwas mit D war es, glaube ich. Oder? Nahida. Hier ist nicht wirklich eine Kiste, oder? Hm. Halt. Wo? Also es soll auf jeden Fall hier sein, ja. Hab ich eine Schicke, Alter? Auf dem Weg dahin hört ihr, wie jemand über ein Thema diskutiert. Okay. Dann gehen wir... Warte mal. Achso. Dann gehen wir noch mal kurz weg oder gehen wir noch mal hin? Hoch und dann doch irgendwie da... Ich gehe jetzt einfach noch mal da rein. Ja, ich wollte eigentlich noch die Story zu Ende machen. Also doch draußen. Muss ich mich jetzt wieder nach unten teleportieren. Ich wäre eben weg, selber was spielen, damit ich weiß, das ist so nicht so für eine Stunde weg. Achso, ja gut. Ja, ich weiß jetzt nicht, wie lange die Story noch geht, aber eigentlich war ich so ziemlich am Endpunkt. Und das hier wird wahrscheinlich nur noch mal so ein Zusatzstrang jetzt sein mit Scaramouche. Deswegen, ja, also bis in einer Stunde bin ich wahrscheinlich nicht mehr da, aber ich gucke halt, dass ich morgen wahrscheinlich nochmal streame und eventuell später nochmal. Je nachdem, ob ich mich dazu entscheide, hier die Legendenaufträge nochmal weiterzumachen, weißt. So, aber ansonsten, ja, sonst sage ich doch einfach mal, eventuell bis später und ansonsten, ja, bis zum nächsten Mal, ne? Lasst dir noch gut gehen. Falls du nicht ganz wieder gesund bist, irgendwie gute Besserung und ansonsten dann weiterhin gesund bleiben und dann bis zum nächsten Mal, ne? Notfalls muss ich das Spiel gleich nochmal schließen. Es hilft ja nichts. Also ich glaube, ich muss halt wirklich nochmal raustappen. Gut, dann an der Stelle gehe ich dann mal kurz raus. Und dann schauen wir mal. Alles klar, dann bis dann. Stimmt, Dainslev war der Name. Ach, verdammt. Aber mit D war ich richtig. Eigentlich bin ich ja gut mit Namen, sogar meistens mit irgendwelchen, die sonst wie extravagant sind. Aber manchmal ist einfach so, wie hieß der nochmal? Und dann siehst du so ein Pikachu vor dir. Wie heißt der nochmal? So was Einfaches ist dann manchmal so, es war irgendwas mit P. Genau, Pisser, sowas. Da ist doch gelb.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand? An essay! That means facts and logic.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tataris Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
Yes, you came to me. So all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no...
Okay,
Did one of them just mention Tatarasuna? But that's all the way in Inazuma! Is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here's just going about their business. Maybe it really is just Paimon. Guess people here are free to research pretty much anything.
Tja, lass uns mal zuhören.
Great! Let's go find out what this Tatarasuna mystery is all about.
Es gibt noch einen Akt. Ah. Das war falsch. Diesmal wollte ich wirklich dahin. Okay, dann gucke ich nochmal was anderes nach. Ja, Akku hält nur ein bisschen. Okay.
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
Ja. Dritter Akt, ja, super. Ich lasse mir das sonst als Zusatzding für morgen nochmal stehen oder für nachher. Ich werde jetzt mal gucken, ob ich die Statue gerade komplettieren kann und ansonsten lasse ich es dann erstmal. Ich muss erstmal was anderes machen. Ich wollte gerade sagen, leider nicht. Ja, doch. Hat auch genau gereicht, ne? Schlüssel zum Schrein der Tiefe. Oh nein. Aber wenigstens kann ich das Sternbild gleich fertig machen. So. Kommt schon. Kommt schon. Verdammt. Ja, es ist aber auch, glaube ich, echt zu viel verlangt, wenn jetzt noch mal eine 5-Star-Waffe kommen soll. Also, das wäre schon krass. Also so früh selten bisher was bekommen. Wirklich selten. Ach, die machen die Geräusche. Na, Kleiner. Jetzt nur mal so am Rande, ne? Technisch gesehen, als Ankömmling, müsste man auch sie bezeichnen. Nur so technisch gesehen. Naja. Also... theoretisch.
For transferring commodities back and forth. And those that come across Lior tend to stay a while. So it is where many things
So, dann mache ich an der Stelle erstmal eine Pause. Ich bedanke mich vielmals fürs Zusehen an dieser Stelle. Haut rein, bis nachher, eventuell bis morgen und ansonsten bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao. Mit Farb.